Welcome back to another video. My name's Cole Gosling, and today I'm just going to quickly answer a question that's been asked of me, which is how I managed to get my Oculus Rift CV1 after the video I put up a few weeks ago about is it still worth picking one up, second hand in 2020. The answer to that was yes. If you want to see the video, I'll put the link in the description. You can go and check that out. It takes you through all the pros and cons of buying a CV1 in 2020, sort of versus what else is available on the market. But yeah, for the price of one, the £125 I paid for mine, the answer is definitely yes. It's best value by a long way. But anyway, a few people said to me, how did I manage to get it so cheap? They're struggling to find one for that sort of price. Well, it's not so much that you'll find one necessarily advertised that cheap. You may do if you look around, because some people have had them since new, couple of years old. They've upgraded maybe to a Valve Index. They've got plenty of money. They're not that worried what they get for it. It's just an old piece of equipment to them. And maybe they will let it go, for literally an asking price of $125 or similar. But what I actually did was I went onto eBay. Let's get some screen capture on the go here. Yep, it's cool. I went onto eBay and I just typed in Oculus. Now, if you specifically type in Oculus Rift, Oculus CV1, and try and be specific, you're going to exclude a lot of search results. Now, the reason you don't want to do that is because some people aren't necessarily the best at advertising things. They may not put CV1 in the title. They might just put Oculus Rift. They might just put Oculus because maybe this is something that's been given to them from a relative, maybe a family member's passed away and they're clearing a house or whatever. They don't really know what it is. They're not into VR. They see Oculus written on it and they just list it as Oculus. So by adding Rift, by adding CV1, you're narrowing down your potential search results. Now, yes, this does also mean it will bring up everything with Oculus in the title. So this will be standalone sensors, people selling the controllers on their own, people selling broken headsets on their own, everything. But if you want to get a bargain, this is the way to do it. Now, as we scroll down here, obviously we're going to have Quests because we've just put in Oculus. So Oculus Quest will be there, Oculus Rift S will be there, Oculus CV1, even the DK2, things like that, they're all going to be in this list. But what you want to do, you can either go, we're going to go condition used, because you're not looking for a new CV1 because they don't exist. You're looking for a second-hand one. So this will at least eliminate any of the brand new items that might be listed on here, or people listing stuff as brand new because perhaps they've bought it and not actually used it and they're listing it as brand new because it's literally had no use. So now we're down to 101 results. That's only a couple of pages worth. That's really easy to look through. Now, if you want to list them by price, going from cheapest to most expensive, you can. It doesn't really matter because there's so little to scroll through here. Don't click the Buy It Now tab, because a lot of people will put things up for auction and also have or best offer available. People will also do Buy It Now or best offer, but if you click Buy It Now or you click the auction tab, you're eliminating the other one. We want everything available. Item location, if you want to, set to your own country, by all means do so. If you're not worried, I'll leave it as it is, because as long as the postage is sensible, why not buy one from around Europe? It doesn't make any difference. So, and then what I did, as I scrolled down and look for ones with, best offer available. So here's the first one here. So 160 with no bids or best offer. Now, you get an idea of what the person's willing to take here because they've started it at 160. So there's no point offering them stupid money, like 50 quid, because they obviously want 160 or close to it. So you could put in a reasonable offer here of maybe 130, maybe 140. You're getting close to what they've kind of got in their mind. They might say no, they might say yes. Obviously, none of this is guaranteed, but this is how I do it. So I would have put in an offer on that one, and then I'd scroll down, and I keep scrolling down. I mean, it's a DK kit here, so we don't want to put an offer in on that. But this is how I do it. I keep scrolling down until I find all the ones with best offer available. And scrolling down as we are now, there doesn't seem to be that many today, but here's another one here. Now this guy's asking 230 notes. It's a CV1, you can see that because it's got the two external sensors. So it is the one we want, but 230 your best offer. So that's strong money for a CV1. But who knows what he's prepared to take, you know. Don't insult the guy by putting 50 notes. That's just silly. No one's going to say yes. But, you know, throw in your 125, your 135, whatever you're prepared to do. And then keep going down and do it on all of them. I mean, there's a sensor there on its own. That's really very helpful. But you know what I'm saying. Literally go down to every one that has best offer available, which at the moment, as we're looking and I'm making this video, doesn't seem to be that many. So far, I've only stumbled across a couple. Oh, there's 3 pages worth, actually. But yes, that's what you want to do. Make a sensible offer, you know, kind of based on their starting bid, if it's available, or obviously if they've just gone buy it now, then, you know, what have we got here? Look, £325, and that's a CV1, because again, it's got the external sensors. That's very, very expensive. But people could be just trying their luck, you know, putting them up for strong money and seeing what happens. So again, stick in an offer, stick in 125, stick in 135. The worst that happens is they say no, you know. Another one here, yes, this is a CV1, it is a CV1, 250 quid or best offer. Stick your best offer in. Another one here, immediately below. This one's got 3 sensors, Xbox controller and a remote. The Xbox controller and the remote is of no use whatsoever. You don't want those. But even so, 289, stick in a best offer. And with this guy, send him a message alongside the best offer and say, I've got no use for the Xbox controller. I've got no use for the remote. If you're happy to sell them separately on eBay, you know, you'll get 50, 60 quid maybe. You know, I can give you an offer of whatever. But don't be afraid to put these offers in. You're never going to, you know, you're never going to piss people off, so to speak. They're only going to click decline. Or a lot of them will auto decline because they'll set automatic settings anyway. And the thing is, even this is how I got my CV1 for 125 quid, but the same applies to the Rift S or even a Quest. Quest you're very unlikely to get really good deals on because they're super popular and there's not many out there. But I mean, bloody hell, this guy's really... Is that a Rift? That's a CV1. £400. Yeah, that's a little bit of a joke. But anyway, interesting to see people are still trying their luck. So as much as they can try their luck at the high end, we're welcome to try our luck at the lower end. So anyway, go through, slap your best offers in, and eventually someone will say yes. And don't just do this on eBay, although that is where I got mine from for 125 quid in its box, 2 sensors, blah, blah, blah. Have a look on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace tends to have much, much cheaper stuff, I've noticed. There's no best offer option. Obviously, you have to physically message, you know, the seller and just say, will you take this much, will you take that much? And I managed to secure a Rift S for 240 notes through Facebook Marketplace. So if you want a Rift S, you can get them for that sort of money. I even saw a Quest, this was just before Christmas, for 250, but I missed out on it. So they are out there. So check the Facebook Marketplace, check Gumtree. This obviously applies to UK buyers like myself. You guys in the States and Europe will have your own marketplaces as well. But that's how I got mine. Just put those best offers in because you just don't know what sort of person the seller is. They might not want a lot of money, you know. And like with me, the 120, I think the one that I put in the 125 offer on was up for about 160, 170 as a starting bid. And it had no bids yet because I see the listing come on pretty quickly. I just offered the 125 and the guy was like, yeah, that's fine. So, you know, that's the strategy I employ. That's how I get a lot of my bargains, you know, because it just doesn't hurt to ask. The other thing to do is I've seen a couple CV1s listed on here as faulty or for parts not working. And I see one the other day and it was apparently because her graphics card wasn't good enough. And she'd been in contact with Oculus support and she put a copy of the email up from Oculus support saying your so-and-so graphics card doesn't meet the minimum requirements. It's not going to work. Now, people might skip over that listing because at the top, where, like, so we look here at these, what it says pre-owned, where my mouse is there, it said for parts not working. So a lot of people are not even going to click through and read the description to discover that it was only a lack of PC power, in this case the graphics card, that prevented this lady from being able to run her Oculus. So I didn't actually look to see what it finished at, but I'm sure somebody got a bargain there just because there'd be a lack of interest in it. So anyway, yeah, I probably waffled on longer than I need to, but that's how I scoped out my CV1 for £125 box with 2 sensors, 2 controllers and in immaculate condition. There's no reason why you guys can't do the same, whether it's a CV1 you're after, whether it's a Rift S, maybe you're looking to pay 200 to 240 quid. They're definitely about for that price because I've done it. As I say, not the Quest yet, a bit too soon for that. But, you know, this is how the bargains are out there. It's also how I picked up my Playseat Challenge that you've seen in a lot of my sim racing videos. I got that for 60 notes, you know, just by looking around and offering people sensible money, not stupidly low prices, but sensible money. And you know, there's the people out there that will say yes. But there we go. I hope maybe that helps a few more people pick up a VR headset bargain and join us in the world of virtual reality and have a lot of fun with that. So yeah, thanks very much. Like and sub if you fancy it, I'd appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video. As always, take it easy.